more magic items! We need more magic items or Kalimvor will fall!
Alderman! Here! Alderman! Here!
A trick deck of cards? Are you kidding me?
Alderman Barton!
Constable Onyxword, what do you have?
Skin!
What now?
Outside the Kalimvor plains.
King Alarm, a word?
Oh, what is it now?
My king, she has returned!
But I have not summoned Yomish. Why?
No, not the orc, my king. Your daughter!
A what? Alviana? Is she truly alive? After the Battle of Sunrise and Sunset, I was sure.
Father.
Daughter, is it really you?
Yes, Father. I have escaped the clutches of King Tesserin. They are so fixed on you and your army that I was able to get free.
Oh, happy day!
Yes, Father. There is just one thing that will set things right. That will show you are a true master of this realm.
And what is that, my butterfly?
War.
Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 175, By the Skin of Their Teeth. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and the irascible Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Lee. Lee, tell everyone who you will be playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee and I will be playing Corvus Dragonchoked, the maker of bad decisions, who also happens to be a rogue.
Indeed. And also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am Dare, and I am playing your favorite gnome paladin, Tix Birchmanson.
Beautiful. And also with us tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Indeed. And also James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
He wasn't so sure. I am James.
Sure.
I am James, and I am playing Penton, Chalice, a spell scale sorcerer.
And I think I've heard of this last one. I don't know if I've met them before. Is Izzy. Izzy, tell us who you'll be playing.
Hi everyone, my name is Izzy, and I am playing Marezi Mugra, half-orc barbarian, currently researching fantasy chiropractors to help with her lingering neck pains after a god tried to pull her head off so many episodes ago.
Still has those phantom pains, which may, in fact, be phantoms. When we last left the players, they had successfully recovered the second half of the Staff of Seraphim, returned to Kalimvor, only to find, indeed, that Penton's mother has been infected with an illithid, magically augmented by the power of the dark god Falazure. They made their way past a false Constable Alfred Onyxword, turning out to be his evil brother, twice dead Pete, which y'all dispatched handily. However, there was a most unsettling revelation by one of the members, Corvus, who found out that the deal that he made with Lolth is just worse and worse. It's almost like demon queens suck. You were trying to make your way to the Temple of Isis, where you were hoping to plead your case with the Raven Queen, only to have this happen unexpectedly on the way there. You make your way past an illusionary barrier, only to find the Temple of Isis covered in these strange vulture-like creatures, humanoid, but vulture-like creatures. And just as y'all are reckoning with that, you see that several of them are holding down Audrey 3, your necromantic chicken hut. And Audrey, Penton, you can see, thinks that she is running to you, but is actually trapped in some sort of stasis. And on top of all of that, that's when Penton's mother lands on top of the Temple of Isis and lets out a...
Yeah, let's see what we can do. Tix, will run up and cast Sanctuary on Audrey.
I love it. I will allow this as a free action. You can run up and cast Sanctuary on Audrey. Tell the listeners what Sanctuary does.
So Sanctuary will protect an individual, or construct in this case, from harm or mental domination by creatures around it.
Perfect. And I apologize, my brain can't remember. James, was Penton hazelnut or was Penton sandalwood?
Tix is sandalwood. Penguin
Tix
is
is
hazelnut.
sandalwood. That's right. You're hazelnut. That's right.
Yes.
So you hear in your brain, Penton, I'm coming, hazelnut. Don't you worry. I'm almost there. But there's like the equivalent of the cartoon. Her legs are moving sort of like in slow motion, but not actually going anywhere. She's actually like hovering like 1.5 feet off the ground.
Speaking of legs, what has she got going on there?
Good question. I don't even require a spot check for this because you're looking right at her. When she was damaged, when her bottom half of her feet, her chicken legs, which were organic, they were reduced to residuum. The basis for all magical items, essentially, the magical component that makes them up. And she was missing pretty much half of her feet. She has feet now. She has feet that seem to be made of some kind of steel. Like they are gleaming, and they seem to be wrought perhaps with some part silver. Even from here, even without casting anything magical, you can tell that there is a magical nature to them. They are not simply, prosthetics.
Right.
There is something very special about them, and they look very, very sharp.
Yeah.
Ooh, new weapon.
And even the back claw, as you know, there's those 3 front ones, and then that large back claw
spur,
on a
I
chicken.
think.
The spur. The spur was not damaged. Even that is covered in like a kind of plating, not unlike the front part.
Cool.
Mrezi would like to turn to Athora, and she says,
Okay, so, fighter, sort of, to fighter here. I can't be the only one. You've always wanted to fight a dragon, right?
Hell yeah, let's go!
Oh man.
Your mother has not actually attacked yet. You can tell that the Ceramorphosis has mostly taken effect, but as you said, Penton, you were doing some research beforehand, and there is some evidence that the Ceramorphosis is not complete, is not 100% complete.
Anybody else have anything up their sleeve?
Muscles.
And you just take a moment and flex.
Correct.
Gun show.
I don't know that there's. Well, I know there's one thing I can do, but I don't. That's going to be a last resort.
Nope.
I'm going to take off up into the air and fly toward Mom. See if I can keep her busy at least. And try and cast protection from evil on her. See if that will help her at all
Okay.
in her battle against this thing in her head. I don't know if you would consider that to be an attack or.
I'm going to consider this to be an attack. This is special because you are trying to cast this on essentially the mind flayer that has infected her, and you are trying to, or I should say, you're trying to cast this on your mother and separate it from the tadpole. So this is almost like a surgical strike that you're trying to make against it.
Or at least delay it or something. I don't know what it's going to do.
What I would like to do is I would like an opposed roll.
Oh boy.
I think it's very appropriate for this. and it's not your mother.
What will I be using on this? Just my attack?
It's not just your attack plus your magical bonus, which in your case, I'm trying to think of the best attribute for that.
Is spellcasting ability modifier like a 5e thing? I get the
it's not
rulebook so mixed up.
Yeah. So what I would like. I was trying to look at your character.
We could use the banishment rules.
I do like that. It is kind of like trying to banish something, so we could use the banishment
or dismissal,
rules.
I should say. Let's see. Spell extra back. Let's see. Will save. It's a special will save. The DC spell save minus the creature's hit dice plus my caster level. If that's not complicated enough.
Nah. Wouldn't be D&D if it wasn't complicated.
Okay, so could I cast aid on Penton to help him succeed?
So no, but the
Okay.
only reason I'm saying that is because you cast protection from evil.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sanctuary on Audrey.
Okay.
And this is all happening in a free action that I'm allowing.
Okay. In 3.5, it's 10 plus the spell level plus casting ability plus any relevant speech, which I don't have. So it's 10 plus 5 plus casting ability, which is...
Yours is charisma, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay, so it's...
So your charisma
10
mod.
plus 5 plus my charisma modifier, which...
Okay. Now,
wish my mouse
as
would
your
stop
dungeon master,
fritzing up.
this is before you roll. I want to let you know something. You will need to roll high in order to succeed at this. I will allow you to roll at advantage if you are willing to risk a negative consequence if you fail.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So I will allow you to roll at advantage, and let's see how you do.
All right, so it's 15 plus my charisma, so it's 20. Or do you just want to go by that? That's let's see. The spell. Okay, so it's 20 minus the creature's hit dice, which is whatever you think, whatever you know it is, plus my caster level, which is 11. So it's 20. It's 31 minus the creature's hit dice. Would be an equivalent to the dismissal will save. So I would let you know what that number is because I don't know what my mom's hit dice is. So, but that would be her will. Unless you're going to go by the tadpole's will save. So but that's up to you.
Well, it is the tadpole's will save, not your mother.
So it's 31 minus whatever that is for that thing, and that's the will save.
Okay, so you did incredibly well. I'm uploading a picture to y'all.
Eep. Do not
Natural
want.
20. He rolled a natural 20. So, you fly up and you thrust both your hands forward, and y'all see, not always do these spells have visual components, but sometimes when they are supercharged, it actually warps the air around them, and just this crackling energy, perhaps even augmented in the way that your box card, Bahamut inspired. You see this energy come forward, and then it just backlashes on you. And first of all, I want to know if anyone wants to try and catch Penton as he falls unconscious out of the air.
Can we take a second because
There's
Dare just
Dare.
popped out? Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Does anyone want to try to catch Penton as he falls out of the air? Is what you missed, Dare.
Yes.
So you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Dare can't because he already took an action.
Yeah.
He's already taken his action. But does anyone else want to try to catch Penton as he falls from the sky?
I will.
Plummets from the sky.
I will.
Okay.
All right.
This is essentially a reflex. So make
I
a
wonder
reflex
if,
saving throw.
I wonder if Morezi can sort of help here.
You can aid, yes. So either you both roll, or you can roll twice, Riley.
Plus,
What's
you
your
know,
what's your reflex modifier?
12.
Oh, you should roll. That's literally
That's why I
double
was
what my
like,
reflex modifier is.
My reflex is
That's
really high.
not
so-
possible.
plus it,
That is really high.
That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
your modifier she asked for, not your score.
Oh, modifier.
Your modifier is like 1.
Let me see.
Well,
Reflex.
Well, for reflex saving throw,
Because like Penton's is 7.
My
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw is 13. I don't know if that's
Didn't
wrong.
it's not a
That
saving
might be
throw though,
wrong.
it's a check. So it uses your
Well, no,
modifier.
I said to make a reflex saving throw as for this action.
Now I'm wondering
Okay.
if my character sheet is wrong because my fortitude saving throw is 13, and I don't know
no,
if I
that's
mistyped
probably
it.
right.
correct. As you get to the
That's
higher
probably
levels,
right.
they climb pretty high up.
Yeah, you're pretty beefy. That's your main save. So anyway, you roll twice, Riley.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, you have a 20 dex. That's why.
yeah.
I'm like, I maxed it out as much as I. So that's a 30 for the first roll.
Okay, well that's good.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
As you whoom, you throw yourself out, and as he hurtles downwards, you were about 20 feet up in the air, Penton.
Okay.
So you will take 5 points of damage instead of 10.
Okay.
As you hurtle down. You are currently unconscious. You will be able to make a save versus this later, but right now, vroom, you find yourself in a vast empty cavern with a horrible rancid smell, and all around you, you realize that you are surrounded by the carcass of a rotting dragon. And that dragon, you just know instinctively, psychically, is your mother. It is the remnants of her psyche being shredded by this mind flayer. And you are you instinctively know this. You are inside her mindscape.
Gotcha.
And you are now vulnerable to the mind flayer. But we'll deal with that in a moment.
Okay.
We are now going to roll for initiative. So let's have everybody roll.
All right.
Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah, rolling. Rolling is a part of this game.
Okay, so let's start with you, Penton. What did you get?
4.
4 for Penton. You're a little out of sorts. It's pretty understandable. And for Corvus,
18.
18 for Corvus. Still a fast boy. And for Tix,
Tick's got a lovely 14.
14 for Tix. That is ahead of someone else. And for Athora,
13.
13. That's really low for you.
Yeah.
Usually you're... And for Merezi,
9.
9 for Merezi. And that's definitely low for you.
I don't have a
But
high
that-
modifier. I'm just lucky, I guess.
That's true. That's true. But Corvus, that will bring it to you first. There's a whole lot happening here. You can see the cracklithid. I'm sorry, cracklithid. I'm getting my things mixed up. Technically, they are called brain stealers. That is actually the name of a illithid dragon, a brain stealer.
Cool.
Is menacing towards y'all. These vulture-like creatures are swarming all around the Temple of Isis. Audrey is currently restrained by them in some fashion. What would you like to do?
Other than run away.
Yeah, you can run away at this time. That is it is always an option to run and leave your party to die. I've been waiting for one of y'all to do that.
I mean, if anyone was going to do it, it would have been Corvus.
That's what the bad guys thought you would do.
That's what I tried to do at the start. I got roped in. Corvus is going to try to disengage from the fight so he can sneak up behind this dragon. He just wants to kind of like, get the drop essentially. So I want to kind of melt into the shadows and find a way.
So that is
where it's not being
really
seen.
realistic right now. First of all, it's nighttime, and your skin hasn't changed color, but there's something about it's like the shadows like you now. It's just like you just tend to sort of fade without even trying. But you do still need to make a stealth roll. Move silently, excuse me. Use my correct 3.5 terms. Move silently. Or if you would prefer to use hide, I will also allow that.
Again, I'm choosing the one that's lower in score, so...
Well, I will allow either because you need to hide and you need to move silently, so either one is applicable.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they bundled it up into a single check, right?
Yep.
This feels more like a hide than anything else. So. Okay, so the score for hide that I have is 17, and I rolled a 17, so...
Use
34?
Yeah,
will do it.
Even your companions, like they are the ones who just happen to have you in view. To their mind, it is like you just not vanish. Really, it's just like you fall out of their perception. You are so stealthy now at night. You easily are able to adjust yourself. First of all, it's utter pandemonium here, so that makes it really easy. And the Brain Stealer is not really focused on you right now, so that is another reason why. I am going to roll one quick thing here.
What?
It was just if they'd gotten a natural 20, one of the people would have noticed you, but they did not.
Will that take me out of initiative order? Technically.
No. It will not take you out of initiative. This is your action.
I need to be out of initiative order.
Well, it is. I mean, it is your action to hide. And it's your movement to move into position to do a sneak attack or whatever it is you want to do.
I want to be out of combat entirely. That's the aim here.
Okay. I mean, you can do that, I guess. But I mean, when it comes time for you to move, it's still going to be in the same order. If you see what I mean.
Well, it just means I roll the initiative again, which could be lower.
Okay.
But
well, yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
if you want to
prepare an action.
No, the aim is I want to be out so I can use my ambush, because I can't use it when I'm in initiative order. It has to be an ambush action.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I will allow that. But that means you would need to... I would not allow you to re-roll your initiative until you would have normally come back into initiative.
Yeah, because the way to explain it, and you can cut this out if you like. Because I've moved into the outlaw of the Crimson Reach, I have the ambush ability, which I can use to add basically a second stack of sneak attack damage to unaware enemies, but it can only be in a surprise round. I didn't get the opportunity to do that when we got the roll the initiative, so if I can disengage from combat, then I will be able to do that. This
because I didn't give you a chance to do that during the surprise initiative, so I think that's fair. So that is fine. You are doing your ambush sneak right now.
That's just what I wanted to explain, because I'm not trying to leave everyone and disappear, even though I made that joke. There is a reason for me to want to be out of the initiative order so I can come back in with my class benefit. I just I didn't get the opportunity to do that, and so I'm trying to make one. That's all.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. It is, it's Mama's turn. So the good news is, the reason that you could tell Penton that she was not fully transformed. It's literally like the face is not fully that of it's like a werewolf in mid transformation, if you see what I mean, in slow motion transformation. So it hasn't fully changed. The good news about that is she does not yet have the ability to literally slurp out your skull and take your brain to anyone. The bad news is that she got a lot of those other ones. So I am... but this is what I love about Dungeons and Dragons, is these characters are autonomous. These characters are real. These characters are beings of their own right. So your mother was infected by this illithid on the piss whistle. You know what wasn't on the piss whistle? Y'all. Which means when the mind flayers attacked y'all, this thing wasn't there. And therefore, it doesn't know about Felzik. And so what it is going to do now is it is going to look down and look straight at you, Tix, as the healer. This is an extremely intelligent being. And it is going to mind blast the ever-loving crap out of you. And it does absolutely nothing.
Yay!
And because your god, however long ago, made a deal with the rock elementals to bring about Felzik and gave them 2 emerald gems set into its eyes that makes everyone in their party immune to psychic attack. And so what I want is I want you to describe what it looks like when this brain-stealing monstrous creature looks down at you and does this attack that should just destroy your brain, just annihilate your consciousness.
So,
what do you do?
Tix is looking at Audrey and then hears the roar of this great beast and draws himself up to his full height with his hand outstretched, is preparing to go to battle, and feels this wave of energy come down and has his hand up and his hand with his shield of faith held up to protect himself, and the other hand holding Destiny Seeker clutched next to his chest, and the emblem of Garl Glittergold. And then the magic of Garl Glittergold's gift to the party, to Tix, in the backpack. This backpack opens up, and this small rock hand, which has grown considerably larger than it was several years ago, draws out, and Felzik's face peeks out, drawn by the power of Garl Glittergold, and just this emerald flash of light spreads over the surrounding 60 feet of space, protecting everybody from this blast that is completely disseminated and dispersed.
I love it. That's exactly what happens. And by the way, I was wrong. That's a cone attack. So that would have gotten all of you. But it was focused on you. And that is exactly all that happens is literally because of the some focus of the psychic attack. Y'all literally feel like this wind, like over you. And you can feel the immense power. By the way, if you were hit by this, you would be stunned for 1d4 rounds plus the Dragon's Age category.
Uh-oh.
And his mother is an adult dragon. So you would have been stunned for essentially the entire combat. Now, that is fantastic. But of course, a fully grown brain stealer does not have one attack. And so when that doesn't work, she just lifts up a claw and comes down just tearing off one of the turrets or spires of the temple, and just swipes at you, Tix. Just so furious.
Naughty.
Oh, thank God. I thought that was a natural 20. It's a 10. So let me ask, does a 32 hit?
Well, this once, I'll allow it.
You sure it wasn't a snowball?
So this is a claw. So they rolled low, so that's good. So that is 4 plus 4 is 8.
Very good.
So 8 is good. So that is a total of 40 points of damage.
Aww.
And Tix, you are thrown 30 feet. And I need you to make a reflex saving throw.
All right. Reflex saving throw.
Go monkey tail.
That is a 26.
26. So you succeed. And so with the reduction... Oh, wow. That's really good. You take 1 point of damage.
On top
really
of the 40.
Good. So just on top of the 40, yeah. But you could have taken 3d6 points of extra smashing damage as you were thrown off. But I want to know this. I know you just described the other one, but I want to know how Tix saves himself when he is hurled 30 feet through the air, horizontally.
So Tix, knowing that Felzik is pointing out or poking out of the backpack, holds up the shield of faith and takes the hit and kind of does this very awkward roll and flip and tries to land on the shield of faith and skitters across the ground, letting his shoulders take the brunt of the impact.
Okay. Now, there is another attack here, but it actually doesn't happen here. Penton!
Oh, yes.
You feel a stirring of fetid wind as the stench rises and these flaps of dragon skin that are rotting just burst and bubble, and sliding up out of the slime comes an Illithid, comes a humanoid mind flayer. And it is looking down directly at you. It's floating about 3 feet off the ground. And it says, "Your mother is mine." And it lifts up a finger and strikes you psychically. And it does 0 points of damage because it didn't know either until this moment. And I just love that about D&D is, so you realize what is about to happen. And then you also realize probably what is not about to happen. What do you do when this happens?
In this scenario, in this place, I'm like just me. I'm just cognizant and know what's going on around me.
Yes, you are absolutely you. 100%
All right. When he lets off that whatever loser stuff that he shoots out of his finger, I'm gonna just grab my head and fall to my knees and just go almost comically.
Kind
Kind of like Paul Rubens in Buffy.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I would like you to make a intimidation check. This is just like to unnerve the mind flayer. You have to roll high because he's a mind flayer, but
that's all right.
By the way, Tix, how many hit points you have left?
69.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
What did you roll?
A 23 do?
23. Okay. You will have advantage on your next attack against him.
Okay.
Because you unnerved him, which is hard to do. So that will actually bring it to Athora.
We'll attack the things that are attacking Audrey first.
Okay. And it's not so much that they're attacking her, it's like they're restraining. They're sort of just like hovering around her. They seem to be like doing like a incantation that's holding her in place.
We'll go attack the dragon first, and we'll see what that will do. I'm pumped up.
Okay, absolutely.
Rezi and I talked about it. We'll go. We're just... Oh, that's a natural one. God.
Natural one. All right, we know the rules. Time to roll a percentage die.
That's what you get for attacking my
And
mom.
let us know what you get, and especially let us know what you get if you get over 90%.
That's a 50%.
And just a regular miss.
Great.
But that's your first attack, of course.
Yep. Wow. Alright. That is only like... That's like a 14 to hit.
Oh, okay, that will not hit.
Oh my god. That's a 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, will not hit. Now, to be fair to you, this is an adult dragon. They're hard to hit. So you absolutely strike her. It is just, that is how tough her hide and scales are, that you cannot, even with your magical longsword, you cannot quite penetrate through. And you hear a voice in your head. Athora, if you take the staff, you can wipe it out with a thought. And that will bring it to Merezi.
Oh man, it's been so long since I've got to fight a dragon. You got this, Athora?
She doesn't even wait for a response. Okay, physically, where is the dragon, like, in relation to Merezi?
I said that the dragon came down, because that's it physically swiped Tix, and you just see this little form just went, boing, you know, just slammed and went
bounced
sliding
across
down
the ground like a basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And it actually did some really impressive. You almost hear this little as your belt of the monkey helps you with your acrobatics. So it is on the like one claw is on the ground and the other one had like swiped. So it is now touching the ground with one claw.
How high up would you say its like head and neck region is?
They're higher up. It's about 10 feet off the ground. The head. Because it hasn't fully come down yet. It's just one claw is on the ground. The rest of it's like climbing down the side of the building.
Gotcha. Okay. I've got an idea. I remember, so in our house rule, like technically, like if I wanted to crazy example, make a grapple check in traditional D&D, that would be my whole action. But I feel like our house rules have kind of established like maybe the number of attacks is the number of actions I might get, the same way people have been casting multiple spells.
Yes, in the same way you can make multiple attacks in our rules, and I have allowed a lot of leeway in that, so I would definitely allow multiple grapples as well. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't want to know what this creature's grapple is. You're lucky it can't slurp out brains yet.
Yeah, that's true. This creature's grapple isn't exactly like, I don't like. Well, okay, because of my really bad because my PDF is messed up, it actually says that my grapple check is 100,000 because of a
man, that's a really good grapple.
That is
the
really
PDF
impressive.
is messed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that one. No, okay, Merezi is going to slip into a rage to give herself that third attack.
Yay, rage.
Her first action is going to be a regular attack. Her strategy here is she is going to strike at parts of the dragon, trying to provoke it to get its head and face to sort of rear down towards her.
Okay.
That's a... Pull out a calculator here. We're getting into some... I think this is going to be... Yeah, in the 30s. That's a 32.
That will hit. You might not be surprised that it has a high armor class. But that will hit.
We get a 1d10 plus 5 up in here. That's 11 points of damage.
11. Okay.
And second attack, she's going to attempt a grapple, which I believe is... How in depth do you want me to get about grapple rules? Because I believe there's like a 3-step process.
I'm more interested in whether or not you succeed.
Okay, I'll make a grapple check, which is base attack bonus plus strength modifier.
Okay.
Let's see, so that's going to be 15. Or is my modifier, I mean. That's
Okay.
a dirty 20.
That will not hit.
That's about right.
What do you mean I can't hit her?
And she tries again with her third attack to try to make a grapple. That's better. That's a dirty 30.
That definitely hits. So tell me what you were trying to do here.
I'm thinking about my favorite Skyrim dragon critical hit, killing the dragon animation, wherein the player character provokes the dragon, grabs onto its neck, and uses it, gets one leg up like mounting a horse to be on top of the dragon's head. I'm imagining here, would you say that Penton's mother, whose name escapes me, has horns at this point in time?
There's definitely horns going on. They're weird and twisted. Alfaxia is the name of the dragon.
Alfaxia. Yeah, she's got Alfaxia's horns here, and she's kind of pulling on it a la bucking bronco.
Okay. You are successful in this grapple. You know, there is this creature is huge. As we know, that means something in D&D. So it's not like you're, smacking it to the ground, but you have, twisted its head sideways.
Indeed.
With this grapple, and that does affect things. Speaking of affecting things, it is now your turn, Penton. So this is your choice, Penton.
Uh-huh.
You can either choose to remain in this mindscape and try to affect things here, or you can make a roll to try to break free and return to the quote-unquote real world.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'm gonna conduct a little experiment here.
Okay.
I'm hoping that because I'm vulnerable to the effects of this projection of Illithid, which is trying to take control of my mother, I'm hoping that it is also vulnerable to me. So I'm going to drop out of my fake little stand up as straight as I can, make direct eye contact with this hideous thing. I'm going to point my finger at it, and I'm going to let loose an orb of force directly at its forehead.
Say that again, the attack you're doing?
An orb of force.
I love it.
Woof.
Have you
What
done
a
one of those
D&D
yet?
spell name.
I did once. I was
Yeah.
against the Scion guy.
That's right. I knew it was recent.
Yeah, and this is going to be an attack with advantage. Because you said so.
I did.
And there it is. That natural 20.
Oh, my goodness, a natural 20.
Which would double the dice, yes?
It will. Doubles everything.
Double
Listen to all of those boys
my
rattling around.
10d6.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What a sound.
And well, let's boxcars this as well, shall we?
I will allow it. I would be shocked if Penton didn't do it in this attack.
That's 112 points of damage.
112 points of damage. So I want to tell y'all something, because normally the point of the Dungeon Master is to leave things mysterious, so that y'all don't have too much going on. When y'all killed Tredazis, or I should speak, Corvus killed Tredazis, it wasn't clear. Did you really kill Tredazis, or was that like some kind of effigy or something? You did kill Tredazis. And do you know why? Is because he thought y'all were going to stop and listen to him. Is because he was so self-assured that you would hear his master speech that he didn't expect you to do it. He didn't expect you to attack him outright. And this illithid, a new illithid, but still very, very powerful, never would have in its wildest dreams. It was this thing is like, oh, I'm Freddy Krueger now, and you're the helpless teen that I've now got trapped in my nightmares, and you're like, no, mother effer, you're trapped in here with me. And this aura of force slams into its chest. And in the real world, y'all see the dragon. I need you, Moresi, to make a reflex saving throw right now.
All right.
As you are the bucking of broncoists right now.
14.
You are thrown.
I want my 144 hit points to do me some good.
Yeah. Fortunately, you were only flown 20 feet.
You didn't make 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So do give me a quick reflex saving throw on your fall, Moresi.
Alrighty. That's a natural 20.
So you only take 3 points of damage as you smack into the ground, but you are no longer grappling it.
Every attack from weapon or natural attack. Would you say that? Oh wait, no. Okay, this says attack. I don't think I take. Yeah. I don't think my -2 to damage amount counts here.
Yeah. Let's say you'll take 1 point to your hand, 1 point to your knee, and 1 point to your foot as you make your superhero landing.
Yeah, you absolutely make a superhero landing. This is literally just the force of the impact. You land so deftly. You are remember your mother's training as you sensed that this was about to happen, and it helped prepare you.
It definitely includes a backflip. There's a backflip in there.
Okay. So there is. I do want to let you know, though, Penton, you have not destroyed it. You have nearly destroyed it inside your mother's mind, and the dragon just slams down heavily onto the ground, just like its shoulder just crashing into the ground. The cobblestones are just shooting like shards all around y'all. And of all people or things, coming out of your backpack, as you said, Felzik comes just strolling out of your backpack, Tix. Now, I said that anytime Felzik eats something, some kind of metal, it affects them. That is why Felzik was able to do certain attacks when y'all were playing those characters. But there was one other thing that Felzik did recently, and that was consume a very special item off of Distant Bells. And it was a chain. And Felzik puts up its little but not so little rock elemental hand and boom, slams it into the ground, and you see this blackening iron just shoot across the ground. And I'm going.
That's my baby boy.
Okay, so as amazing as it would be if this was entirely successful, that would be amazing. But again, that's how D&D works. Well, no. I just said that they fell to the ground, so they roll at disadvantage. Yeah, so it does succeed. It latches on to the nearest arm, to the front forearm, and shackles the brain stealer to the ground.
Wow.
And the shackle is literally coming out of the ground. And by the way, this shackle is enormous. It is, big enough to wrap around the forearm of a brain stealer. The power level. Remember, y'all didn't actually see your friends fight. Everyone except Corvus saw some of it. But the rest of y'all didn't see anything. So you didn't know that Felzik could do this. And Felzik has to hold its hand flat on the ground. It can't move. But at the moment, the brain stealer is restrained. And that will actually bring it to you, Corvus.
Okay. So, whereabouts do you think this tadpole would be physically right now? In Alfaxia's head or body? Whereabouts would it be? Would it be attached to her brain, perhaps?
There is no doubt in your mind that it is in the brain or the brain stem.
How, okay, given the size of the thing, are we talking, is it still tiny? Is it big because Alfaxia is big? What size are we talking this thing might be?
You have no idea. Why would you know that?
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Boy.
Yeah, Corvus basically goes right for the base of the skull.
Okay.
This is, again, okay, so this is surprise attack, ambush, sneak attack. Yeah, so, let's roll to hit. Do I need to take a photo of this for proof? Should I?
We believe you.
Yeah, okay. That's a nat 20.
Okay. What are you attacking with, by the way?
This is my +1 dagger,
Okay.
which has a threat range of 17 to 20, so it doesn't really matter. So that's going to be... Being a dagger, it sucks anyway, so... But... Max damage on the dagger, so that's 4... Plus my... So 6... Plus... Wait, no. We had our attack bonus to our damage, don't we?
Yeah, now my rule is to double everything.
Okay, so if I had my attack bonus, that makes this 17 damage.
I don't think
Times-
you had your your base attack bonus. I think you had your strength.
Yes, you definitely had your strength. Strength is definitely part of the
Because it's a melee attack.
bonus. Mm-hmm.
So
so you're-
17 times 2. 34. 34 plus 6. Hang on, let me double check. 6d6 sneak attack. That's 30 damage on the sneak. Plus another 2d6 from the ambush. Which is 11. And I hope someone's been keeping track because I've lost count.
Not me.
It's 64, 74, 75.
So 75 damage from my first attack.
Doubled. Or were you doubling as you were going?
Sorry, what was that? I missed that.
Were you doubling as you were going?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, otherwise...
Oh, wait, no, I wasn't. Sorry, no, that was all flat.
Oh, yeah, so that's 150 points of damage.
Okay, on my first attack.
So there's no need for a second attack. Because of the damage that Penton has done inside the psyche. You feel something as you go in to make this perfect strike and you know this is going to be a killing blow. There's a moment where, just like with the Raven Queen, everything slows down. And you feel a soft, cool hand wrap around your wrist. And you smell this deep, it's not unpleasant. It's just the smell of deep things, like the smell of a cavern that's just full of mystery. And the corner of your eye catches that beautiful drow woman. And what she's doing is she's taking your strike that's already going to be lethal, and she's lowering it just a little bit. And she's saying, "Right here, dear. This is where you want to be. With me." And then it goes back in, and your blade sinks into the base of that skull. And you feel, even with Felzic's protection, you feel the psychic scream of a Mind Flayer tadpole that has partially merged with this adult dragon. And when your blade comes back out for the next strike, it rips out a tadpole. My dog Bill was so upset by this, you had to react. And everyone, you all see writhing on his blade a Mind Flayer tadpole. But it is about the size of, I don't want to be gross, a chihuahua. It's bloated, and there are these like feeler tentacle type things just all over it that clearly were enmeshing themselves into the flesh of the dragon. As you rip it forward, it immediately, even with this critical damage you've done to it, you feel those little feelers start to try and burrow into your skin. Ew. And it's time for your next attack.
Ew.
Well, my next attack, my skin. Hold on, how am I holding this dagger?
They're
they're
long tendrils.
Like several feet long. Some of them. And
okay.
As they land on your skin, you can feel them trying to burrow into your skin.
Well, the next thing that I would do would be to scream, "Somebody fireball this!" and toss one of my. Oh wait, no. These are my throwing daggers, my flying ones. Okay. I will send this dagger flying out right next to whoever the hell in my party can cast fireball. Which would be
the one who can cast
Fenton.
fireball is currently unconscious.
And I don't do fireball.
All right. Who do I remember has fire or?
I mean, I can scorching ray, but I have to wake up first.
Yes, you are currently unconscious.
Okay, actually, since is there a brazier somewhere or something on fire, something that I can throw this into?
I said canonically that you had walked inside the Temple of Isis. There would be multiple braziers burning inside of there. But there's not one right in front of you because you're in the street.
Yeah. Then, okay, that would be where I would be throwing it. A fire. This thing needs to die and burn, and daggers don't tend to burn in fires very easily.
Okay. It would be quite a shot to throw it into one of the braziers in the temple without running in there first.
It's a ranged attack, which is dexterity, which is, I don't know if you remember, is my best part.
I just wanted to let you know.
You can remember that. You can remember that Tix has a new spell that he just used.
Yep. Tix is around, and it's actually his turn next.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to risk this thing
wriggling
either
off.
Getting me or wriggling off, but alright, you know what, it rather than trying to make it 1,000,000 to 1 shot that with my dice, after rolling a nat 20 will probably roll a 1, I will call out to Tix to burn it and throw the dagger, about 20 feet away from him, into a hard surface-ish so I can pin it, so it doesn't fall onto the ground and wriggle off like a head crab or a face hugger from Alien. So I don't want to get him free.
So I did say that it was Tix's turn next. Technically, it is the Mind Flayer's turn next. So there's very little that a tadpole who's skewered on a dagger can do. But it does try to wrap around and hold onto you. It fails in doing that. You do take 17 points of acid damage as these tentacles just try to burrow into your flesh. But it's too late. You're throwing it like that. And it's hurtling through the air. Tix, it is your turn.
All right. So Tix sees this and realizes what needs to happen. And so gets up, uses, I guess, half his movement to get up, and drops Destiny Seeker onto his belt and holds out the emblem of Garl Glitter Gold and casts Searing Light.
Oh,
love it.
yes.
So that is 23 to hit.
That will hit. The armor class of the tadpole is a little bit lower than the armor class of an adult dragon.
Okay.
So that will definitely hit.
This does not count as undead. So
No.
it is
Not yet.
Don't put that
48.
terrifying idea out into the world.
Sorry.
Do you say 48?
Hold on. No, I'm rolling lots of dice.
Oh, gotcha. 48. Gotcha.
Attention, everyone. Do not make an undead elephant, please. They probably already
To
exist.
self?
They probably already exist.
Oh, I'm sure it does. It's D&D after all.
So that is 37 points of radiant and light damage.
Tix Birchmanson, child of Garl Glittergold, describe to me how you destroy this brain tadpole.
So he's pulls out the emblem off of his magic armor and almost in a Power Rangers pose holds it between his two palms with the shield on one arm and points this giant beam of sacred golden light straight at this chihuahua-sized hairy caterpillar tadpole thing and just blasts it into ashes as this light just penetrates and lights up everything around us.
Can I have a try at a description? Sorry, I just
Go for it.
got this in my head.
Go for it.
The dagger scythes through the air towards the ground, and Tix spots it and raises his emblem, and with the throatiest deep bellow calls to his god. The light shines, arcing through the sky, cutting through as the blade passes through the light. The Mind Flayer tadpole bursts into a flash of ash that the light rays turn into this tiny, cute little glittering burst of like fireworks through the air. And as the night sky calms and everything falls to silence, the dagger just thump into the dirt next to Tix.
Yep. I love it. I absolutely love it. I do need you to make a reflex saving throw, Corvus.
Oh, okay, I can do that. Okay, the dice hit and rolled off my table onto the floor and rolled a 20. I wish I could take it. I'm not going to.
I
Okay. Reflex saving throw, you said?
I'm such
30.
a scoundrel. I'll look at the roll on the table, and sometimes, if it's good, I'll take it. Sometimes.
I rolled a 15, so it's a 30 total.
Okay, so you are successfully able to avert your eyes to avoid. It's not that you would have taken half damage, but you would have taken damage with your drow eyes, just from the sheer brilliance of this attack, just from the kind of like the blowback from this ridiculously bright attack, which is like nearly as bright as the noonday sun. But you knew what was coming, and so you were able to just turn your eyes. It still
Didn't have
stings.
done that.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually harm you. And it wouldn't have hit you like the other one. That was just like a very, very unlucky series of bad rolls. Penton.
Yes.
Around you, this rotting carcass cave just changes, and you are now standing in the small but always tidy kitchen from your childhood. And you are your size, you're with your wings, with your titanite lace staff, and sitting at the table is your mother, as you remember her in her simple but elegant gowns that she would wear around the ranch.
Hey, Mom. What's for dinner?
Oh, my dear. You went through a spurt where you really, really liked to eat. And I remember it being a struggle keeping you fed. How are you doing, son?
Better than you, I think. No offense.
No, I've had better days. That was pretty unpleasant.
Was. That sounds like a good word. Was.
Things aren't so good right now, Penton. Things aren't so good.
Are you? You're not dying, are you?
That remains to be seen, but normally when creatures reach this point of seromorphosis, there is no going back. It's only because a really amazing son of mine just burned the living fuck out of that mind flare that I'm even here right now. That was pretty cool, by the way.
It's one of my new tricks.
I like it a lot. It's pretty simple, but you know what? It's pretty effective. And she kind of stumbles forward and slides from her chair onto the ground.
Oh, hell no. I close my eyes and I will myself as hard as I can to wake up.
Okay. I need you to make a willpower saving throw. At this moment, Tix, Felzik is still holding their attack, and the one arm is chained. The body is laying limp on the ground. By the way, this whole time, none of those vultures have really acknowledged Shell's presence. You're not even sure if they've even noticed you.
Okay. So Tix will immediately run over to Alfaxia, and
okay. But before you do that,
okay.
Penton, what did you roll?
28.
20. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed. You wake up, and obviously you've already been saved by your teammate. You're just a little scuffed up. And you pop up and you see the crumpled form of your mother. None of the seromorphosis has changed. Like, her face is still mostly a brain stealer. There is a huge gaping wound at the base of her neck that is just running red with blood. And an enormous chain, inexplicably, around one of the forearms. What would you like to do before anything else, Penton?
I would do what any good son would do to save his mother. He's going to sit up. He's going to reach behind him and pull a package off of his back. and he's going to open one end of that package and grab onto the staff.
And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 175.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
I was hoping you'd end it there.
I was wondering. Really great job, everybody. That was one of my favorite battles that y'all have done. Just a great job with a creature that things could have gone very differently, even without its psionic abilities. It still could have easily killed one of you, as Tix could attest.
Yep.
And now you know why. Now
that swipe was nasty.
And now you know why I want it out of the initiative order.
Very, very reasonable, and I definitely allow it. We have so many fun things coming in the future, people. We'd really love you to follow us. You can find us on Chafing Armor on Twitter, Chafing Armor on Instagram, and we have a Patreon, which is also what?
I want to guess
Chafing Armor.
it's Smafing Smarmer.
Chafing Armor. You can find us. The links will be in the show notes. We've got some really fun things coming for season 2, so go ahead and check us out there and see what we'll have going on. But thank you all for playing.
Thank you for not killing us.
Great job, and until we see y'all again, we will roll with you soon.